Hello, everybody, and welcome to Phantom Horizons, Episode 5, Prove Them Wrong. So, it's been a while, so let's do a little bit of a last episode / full series recap. So, the pilot episode had everyone gathering together and receive a mission from some mysterious Men in Black type people with mysterious business cards, and it gathered everyone up to send them to the Axiom Core mining facility in the sector. So they go, they get the data they need, and while looking through the data, they realize that the Axiom Core is doing some illegal human and spike drive testing, the human testing being the grosser of the two, although the spike drive testing is also illegal, technically.
I don't know, they're going to go too fast.
Well, if they go through too fast through a star, no one knows what will happen. The group gets all their stuff, leaves the station, not in good terms, I'd say. They essentially blast their way out. They go to the Cold War planet of Ma XX, or Ma 20, and they're there for a bit. They find out that the Axiom Core station blew up. They decide to change their plates, and change the Crimson Xanth's registration so that it is now known as the Lazarus Clipper, and they all have been given fake names, which are Mercy Hill for Zephyr. Feel free to change that, Zephyr, if you'd like. Frigga Bright Sun?
Bright Sky. Was it Bright Sun?
I can't remember, but Frigga, whichever you would like. Bright Sky.
Yeah, Bright Sun sounds stupider.
Bright Sun, Vinny Chesterfield, and what did we decide?
No relation.
For Lucifer?
We'll go with Shaitan. Shaitan Love.
Okay. And they collectively decide to go back to the Ruby Lighthouse, the place where they all met, the place where they received this information. They get in line, and Freya calls her assistant Gui Fridae, and he gets them clearance, much to the absolute annoyance of everyone as they pass and cut in line.
Also,
What's this
collectively
now?
agreed is one way to put it.
So, you all have docked with the Ruby Lighthouse. Docking procedures went well, and the airlock is about to open as soon as you hit a button. What would you guys like to do?
Drake has, I would imagine, in an effort to make himself look a little bit different, probably shave and, I don't know, maybe giving himself a little haircut.
Okay.
So he looks a little different. He's really, really nervous about getting caught and being arrested and thrown in jail or executed.
Well, you want to be clean shaved for that, for sure.
Gotta look at my mugshot, you know?
I've very intentionally muted, like, turned off my whatever holopad or whatever feature we're doing here. Yeah, I to not receive or transmit right now.
Okay, so you've entered spaceship mode?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I will make sure that I still have a laser pistol.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I am more a danger to myself than anyone else with it, but here we are.
With a real loose wrist.
Yeah.
I will. I got my cape on. I got my stick, and I'm going to activate my pressure field around all of us in case there are any surprises when we open the door.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have a little atmosphere, a little temperature control.
We've been here before, but all right. Who knows? Maybe
Well,
it'll be.
Oh no, just surprises. That's all.
Okay.
Oh, wait,
I
does the
have
pressure-
our only copy of the incriminating information.
Yes, I believe everyone has at least one copy at this point.
At least one.
Except for
Drake-
Zephyr.
Drake actually gave his
Right.
to some.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Zephyr gave one to the police, or did you
she
just?
did.
I typed it out.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Drake gave one to some science guys. He doesn't have one himself.
Just
I sent
manually
mine with
copying
my
it.
two Walsingham, my old boss.
That's right.
Yeah.
Long form. Okay, yeah, so there are copies of the data out there in the wild, variously encrypted. I'd say that Lucifer's is probably the most encrypted.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. And, yeah, so. Okay, so, anybody else want to do anything before y'all open the lock?
I guess I'll talk to my little robo boys and be like, keep the ship hot. Make sure everything stays good. And if someone if someone gets on the ship and they're not supposed to, you suck them out of the air.
Craig and Ricardo give you like thumbs up emojis, and Desmond just flashes skull and crossbones like, yeah, I'll love that.
You notice that Desmond, I don't know if you've ever been to the doctor and got one of those, like, I was brave stickers. Desmond has one of those on the side of his head.
You have a sheet of those? It's like, you got the gun and you got I was brave stickers and everything?
I actually keep them in my holster just in case. That was a joke, by the way. I don't actually... I give these to children, so I keep them as far away from my gun as possible.
Right.
All right, you guys. I think we just get out of here into a cab to the Merchant Consortium headquarters, where I will turn my identification back on enough to get us to safety.
Safety, okay.
Yeah, I could call for a car, but I'm pretty sure that's putting like a huge target on us. So I think just an anonymous cab.
I'm
Right.
assuming public transit's below you.
Oh, they have that? Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah. Although they probably have a lot of like super
Let's
public
take the
cameras
cab.
on them. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Okay, so you hit open the airlock, walk through the tunnel, and as you do, you can see there is someone who keeps like peeking through the little viewport at the end, and it's Gui Fridae, and he seems very impatient.
Oh. Well, I thought we were going to meet you.
He has a look on his face that says, you told him to be cool, and he doesn't know how to do that.
He doesn't know how to do that. Okay. All right, well, this is something. Someone else has to hit the airlock. I don't know how they work.
Zephyr will hit the airlock.
It's a big button. Is it just a big red button?
But which one?
It's the one that says airlock.
Zephyr hits the button. And it very slowly opens as Guy tries to like get his head not through the opening, but like so that you can see his face. He's like,
Yeah.
Where have you been?
All over, actually. Funny story. Where have you been? Okay, well, great. We you didn't bring like a car, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, do you not want a car?
Funny story, Guy. Why don't you come in here and tell us what's up with you? What's going on? We heard Axiom isn't good, huh?
He steps through the threshold, having been invited in, and now his vampirism.
He's
truly
a vampire.
He says,
Look,
"Yeah,
I'm playing a Curse of Strahd campaign right now. I'd appreciate if you didn't, make jokes like that.
He says, yeah, Axiom Core blew up. The whole thing's gone to shit. Everything's gone to shit. Everything's gone to shit. There's a bunch of miners here. People are saying it was, terrorism. The miners, they got sick of it and blew it up. Communism, terrorism. I don't know. So the whole station's under lockdown. They got fucking armed goons and psychops.
Okay. What are my chances to tell if I think he's telling the truth? What's my skill there?
Let's see.
He's Gui Fridae. Would he lie to you?
I need to be sure. But no, I don't think he would, but some people said some really hurtful things last episode, and I've been thinking about them a lot, don't worry.
Okay, let's see. Notice looks like is the skill you want.
Sure, I do wish I had some good point.
I am trained in notice.
I'm also trained. No, I'm not trained in notice. Carry on.
How do we do this one again? It's 2d6?
2d6 plus your skill plus your appropriate attribute, which in this case would be either wisdom or charisma.
Okay, well that's a wash for both of them. So okay, it's kind of a +0. 2d6. Oh my lord, it's 11. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I also got 11. So.
Okay, excellent. You are both reading Guy. Guy is not hard to read.
He's not.
So he is wearing his emotions on his sleeves, face, and other various body parts. He's telling the truth. He's freaked out. He doesn't... These are just rumors he's heard. He's not trying to deceive you in any way.
Okay.
Drake will pointedly switch his hand from his holster pocket to his sticker pocket.
Yeah, let's hit him with a I've been brave. Let's... All right, Guy, I'm sure this has been a pretty tough couple days, and I'm sorry to have kind of ghosted. It was mostly for a good reason, and we know it's not terrorism. We should get to some place with bulletproof glass and laser-proof glass.
I mean, it's kind of terrorism.
And then behind a bunch of concrete before we talk anymore, okay? It is good to see you, though. I'm so glad you're not a traitor. And I give him a big hug.
Just kind of lets you hug him more than does anything else.
We're not hugging, friends. This is the first.
Right, so you've got a vehicle, but you don't want to take it because it's like linked to who you are.
Yeah, no, we're going to take a cab. Hey,
kind of put his hand on your forehead, like, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Do you have like the keys or the access? Like, how do you turn on? How do you make the cars go?
Yeah, key.
Okay, great. I try to like wave down some docking person.
Okay, yeah. A woman in coveralls with some grease on her face kind of just nods back at you like, what?
Yeah.
Takes out her ear.
Fill her up. I guess, right? And do all the
Kind of
fluids.
look behind her. She's carrying just a crate. And she's, yeah.
Yeah. And also have a luxury cruiser. Congratulations. And you get a car, and I just throw the keys.
They bounce off her chest, and she says,
Oh, heads up.
"Is this some kind of a scam?"
It sure isn't. Enjoy it. Okay. I hope I didn't just kill that woman. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
You very well might.
I said I hope not.
It's her Lexcalade card key or whatever.
Yeah.
I liked her coveralls.
Okay. So, you head... you're moving away from the docks now?
Yes, unless someone else has some brakes to put on it.
Okay.
How populated is all this?
So the dock area is... It does seem to be pretty much exclusively workers around here. Maintenance staff, customs staff. You see a couple guards, but that's not uncommon.
So many coveralls.
Yeah, so around, you'd say maybe 20 people within, visual range.
Okay, so not too packed up.
No.
Okay. Well, so how far are we from where we can get a cab?
You have to
Walk out.
and then once you're out of the docking area, there are a bunch of cabs around, since this is where people get, it's like the airport. There are a bunch of cabs, just so it's not far for you guys to walk.
All right. And Guy is still with us, yeah?
No, I'm dragging him along, yeah.
Yeah, he seems confused as to why you just gave away his car, but...
Do we need to, make him less Guy as well, or...
No, it's right. They're apparently letting him move around.
Well, I mean... If
He wasn't approached by a shadowy organization. Keep up, Guy.
All right, so I will go forth and try and find some mode of transport.
Okay. So, heading out into the more crowded city street area, can I get a notice check from Lucifer, please?
6.
6.
Not very...
Okay. So, you do see where to get cabs. You can see there's a little stand. There's a bright neon sign that keeps flashing and kind of skywriting and changing, and it says, cabs. And then in Spanish it says cabs, and Mandarin, and it kind of cycles through a bunch of different Earth languages.
Esperanto.
But yeah, other than that, it's very crowded out here, but you can see where to get.
I don't see a free cab, I see a cab station.
Yes.
Right. A walk to the station. Is there an attendant type? Or...
Yeah, there is a young man kind of leaning on a podium.
Okay. I say, hello, friends. My friends and I are looking for a cab, and we can make it worth your while if you put us at the front of the queue. What do you say?
He looks at all these other schlubs and he says, "Sounds good."
Wonderful. Okay. I will gesture to Freya with my hand for worthwhile making supply, if possible.
Oh, yeah, and by the way, I am unmakeuped. Kind of. I mean, not unwashed, because I can't do that gross, but, not terribly well kempt. That is as far as my cover goes.
Right.
If Zephyr has a stray jumpsuit that's remotely my size, I'd try and borrow it. But otherwise, I'll kind of slap Guy and be like, "Well, grease the wheels of commerce here."
We had a ride. And he walks up,
so precious.
and he subtly folds the man some creds. Oh, come on. Mouse. Get back over there.
Right.
That's a cat. That's not money. It's the future where cats are money.
Guy nods at you, and he's like, yes.
Obviously.
Yeah. A lot happened while you were gone.
Space gas is out. Cats are in.
Yeah, and he tries to discreetly hand the man some creds, who slides them across his podium, looks at them, and starts to type into a little computer.
Okay. Can I position myself so I can see what he is typing into the list?
Sure. Are you trying to do it discreetly, or are you trying to be like, let me talk to your manager kind of level of, I'm watching you, mister?
Discreetly.
Okay, so yeah, sneak check.
Right. And what's the ability for that? Dex?
Dex, yes.
Oh dear. All right. And I am at -1 because I'm not trained. Oh, bad. So that is 5.
5? Okay. You are not subtle about it, so come on, mouse. So,
I don't like this new currency.
Rich man over here.
Crazy
the riches.
rule the world, right?
So, you are not subtle about it, but he just kind of eyes you more than like stops you from looking at his screen, and you can see he's just like scrolling through available cabbies, and he's started to highlight a couple and navigate an interface, and then he decides on one, hits a button, and it says ride call confirmed.
Okay.
He hasn't input any personal information or anything like that. If he had to, the Guy's bribe bought it off of him of just anonymous user or something. Signed in as guest.
Great. Okay. I sort of split my attention between watching for the vehicle and the attendant and my companions.
Okay. Now that everyone else is out in kind of the airport concourse area, can I get notice checks from everyone, please?
Oh boy.
Do you want another one from me as well?
Yeah, I'll get another one from Lucifer. The situation has changed.
That is...
As far as attributes go, is it still probably Whiz-Ka? Like, what's the...
This one is Whiz, just because it's going to be pure noticing.
Okay, that's fine.
And it's -1 because I'm not trained, right?
So it's -1 if you're not trained, and then whatever plus your wisdom skill is.
Okay, so that's a 9.
Okay, 9.
I got a 3.
3. And then
I got a 7.
7, okay.
I also got a 7, but Zephyr, what does your 3 look like? Well,
Zephyr is just... she's on her compad, just like checking her mail. There's a whole exchange, she's just like typing.
Guy has similarly pulled out his compad, and he's like, I'm going to get some work done. And he's kind of like going away, but...
by the way, I have my hand on my compad like it's a weapon.
Okay.
Like, it's still off, but... And I would like it to be a surprise if you would like me to establish a ready to action, but just in case something happens, I would like something to happen.
Okay.
As your prerogative, would you like me to tell you up front as to what I would like to have happen? Or are you content to be as surprised as I am?
Do you want to keep it from the group or from everyone?
No, I just think it's radder if it's a surprise. But essentially, I would like to
Okay, I was going to say...
pre-programmed an info bomb.
Okay.
that by turning it on, it will like set off everyone's like
Okay.
alerts and what have you.
Yeah, so you want to mass spam everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. That's some Watch Dogs shit. I like it.
Yeah. So I've just got that in my hip pocket, literally.
Okay. So
In the future, girls have pockets, by the way.
Nice.
Yeah.
Progress.
liberals won. It's the future we all deserve.
Purely science fiction.
It's true science
the
fiction.
most science fiction element of our show.
Man.
Okay. So the sevens.
Too political.
Science fiction should never be political.
It's my favorite joke. It's my only joke.
It's a good joke. Okay, so the sevens. Lucifer and Freya. Quickly scanning. The two of you notice there is, and now that you're out here for a couple minutes, Lucifer, you notice there is an increased guard presence. And a lot of them have their heads on swivels. A couple of them are meeting in little groups. And occasionally, just chatting into their compad. They seem to be meeting near these things you've never seen before that are kind of just like pillars that seem recently erected and kind of have like some kind of computer equipment at the top. They look like they project a signal or something. And then Drake, in addition to that, you notice peppered throughout the regular station guard are these individuals wearing various kinds of similar armor that is usually a deep blue and purple and has a stylized eye on their shoulder or chest. Occasionally, some of them have helmets with visors on. They don't seem like they're armed in any way. Like, they don't have guns or anything, but you just see them, and they seem to be in charge.
I think I know who they are. Do I know who they are? Should I roll for that?
Yeah, give me a no check.
Okay, I'm actually proficient in that. And can I use wisdom for that? Sort of my life experience.
Sure.
With being in the field. And that is a 7.
Okay. You would recognize the insignia as they are members of the 7th Sanctum, which is the Psionics Guild, and not quite thought police, but they're Psycops for hire. They are troubleshooters. They are brought in to dangerous situations to figure shit out and maintain order.
Maintain order.
Yeah, they are not necessarily. They don't have a bad reputation. They have a quite good reputation.
Order tends to be maintained.
Yeah, it's and they're not like shady or anything. They have been hired to do shady things, and they don't always say no, but generally they have a good reputation.
I will sigh and sort of say to the rest of the group, Psycops.
So, if I say where, and you indicate, Andy, I came up with some of these.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
So that was where you received some of your psionic training.
Right. When I was recruited. Okay.
Backstory time.
Now that I have an eye on these, any chance I recognize anybody?
Yeah. So you're quick scanning, and your eyes hit kind of an older gentleman. He's got a gray beard, thinning hair, and he seems to be in charge, and you recognize him as... Check in my notes. His name is Mata Parvin.
Not a Parvin.
Yes. And you remember if you remember correctly, he was a telepath and a meta-psionic.
Okay. Groovy.
Speak of which, Andrew, hey, it's Freya.
Yes.
If any of them are pinging, I notice them. I was looking up range, and it's just if I can see them. And so again, thinking that this is just my talent, I'd like to kind of the way that I'm trying to keep like my hair between me and any obvious cameras, just kind of try and not be noticed, and try and subtly steer the rest to kind of not be noticed. It's not going to be 100%, just if I can grant advantage to somebody else to not be noticed or anything like that.
Sure. So, one of the things you notice quickly is, let me make sure that this is a thing that they can do. So you quickly ping a couple of these armored individuals as using psionic powers. But you are noticing, and you kind of like, well, they're all psionic. You've kind of pieced that together. But you are noticing that some of them, especially the one that Lucifer is kind of looking at right now, seem to be a blank slate. Like they are themselves cloaking their psionic powers.
No, they must not have them. Now, are people like full burning, or are they just kind of turning it on, turning it off?
Yeah, you can see
red light,
like
green light style.
Yeah, like occasionally, however you visualize telepathy, people reaching out, kind of scanning people's minds. Like out of the corner of your eye, you might see someone teleport to like at the top of a building, and then teleport somewhere else. Someone is connecting all of the. There's like a daisy chain effect where someone is connecting all of the psychic agents.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In like a meta-concert of minds kind of thing?
Yeah, so like they are all one kind of thing.
Right. Okay, so Andy, what I recall of this guy...
Mm-hmm.
Do I trust him?
Sorry, say that again?
Do I trust him?
Yeah, you remember he was especially for these guys who can be a little esoteric sometimes, he was pretty straightforward. He was not so much into the philosophical side of psionics as this is the practical application of my powers. I find criminals. He was like a straight shooter cop kind of guy.
Right. I'm going to say to Freya, and whoever else is right by me, if it's all four of us, I know that one, and I think we can trust him. And he might be the one to take what we have, the info to what we've got. We might be able to bring.
Okay, well, let's get behind some concrete walls, and then maybe make a call or something.
Well, look, I'm willing to go and approach him on my own, whilst and like reconnoiter and reconnect if need be, so as to save you. But I know this guy from before. Don't ask how. I'll tell you later. I'll catch you up. But I mean,
yeah. Well, I wasn't gonna ask you how until just now.
I knew him from back when I was in. Anyway. Yeah.
Wally, if you need to bolt, I get it. You don't need to pretend you know, like higher up psychops and stuff.
Look, no. I'm not. I mean, not now. I'm not pretending. Really. So, what I want you to do is get to safety, and I'll approach him. And you let me know where I can find you and catch you up.
Okay, hold on.
I don't know where to find him other than I feel like I got to seize the day. He's right here.
All right, I push up Wally's sleeve, and in eyeliner, which I haven't used in like 3 days. I know. I will write a way to get to me that isn't like my professional number or whatever. Like, it still probably goes to the same pad or whatever, or the same email or whatever.
Yeah, it's your
device, but this is my friend's number.
Wow, I'm honored. Thank you.
Well, don't get caught with your arm out.
Rule number 1, darling.
That's worth a lot
Yeah, I need both.
to some very unfortunate people. Oh yeah, also your arm's probably important to you. I get it.
Mostly. I got more arms than you can see, though, if you know what I mean. Anyway, you can see that feeling. So, is our cab coming?
Oh, yes. Your cab has arrived, and the guy has come out to see if anybody has any luggage.
Okay. No, just Guy.
I count as a carry-on.
No, I will.
Only when you're rotting.
I will kind of stop, like, kind of take while I have Wally by the arm, just kind of. If I don't see you again, know that I get it, and you know that I do. But I hope I do, and thank you so much for putting yourself out like this. And I just give him a kiss on the cheek, very platonic and sweet, but I mean it. Thank you. Be safe. You're in this too.
Oh, I know. And I'm not out, don't you worry.
Okay.
I've got my eye on you, all of you. Don't worry. So, yeah. Trundle off, and then I'll make my move.
Okay. So, the 3 other members of the crew and Guy clamber into the cab. Does anyone want to sit in the front, or are y'all going to pile into the back?
I'll sit in the front if everyone else is uncomfortable to do so. Otherwise, I'm okay to go in the...
Total dad move, yeah.
You're not like I call laser pistol?
I like that.
Yeah.
No, I
don't
get
need to
in, but
call.
I absolutely, through some experience, know where cameras and cabs are, and I just try and not get really clocked too hard by it.
Okay.
Just kind
of flipping up your collar and keeping your hair and your head in front of your, or hand in front of your head.
Yeah.
Okay. So everybody gets in. The driver starts to make polite conversation with you, Drake, and asks you where you guys are going as he pulls out of the docking complex.
What was the address again for that place?
Kind of shoot a look to Guy that he has to be the one who asks.
Are we going back to the office?
Yeah, your office.
Okay. And Guy will give them the address. Okay. And you guys start to hover car off. Lucifer, you make your way up to the group of people that Mata is talking to. And he's kind of gesturing off into the crowd and crosses his arms. It's been a while since you've seen him, so he is... his hairline's receded a bit further back. He's like full-on widow's peaking at this point. And his beard is thicker and grayer than you remember it being. And he turns to look at you, and he smiles before finishing his orders to the Merchants Consortium guardsmen. And he turns and he says, "What name would you have given the Seventh Sanctum?"
They have my real name.
Okay.
Lucifer Marlove.
Yeah. He will turn to you and say, "Adept Marlove." Now, isn't this a surprise?
Well, I must admit I too am surprised, sir. I found myself in a bit of a sticky wicket, as we say back home, and once I saw you, I wanted to perhaps work this out. I think you know. I think I know you. I lay my mind bare for you, sir.
And he will think at you for a minute. And he'll say, "Well, that's most interesting. That certainly adds a wrinkle to all of this. I never quite bought the domestic terrorism worker revolt angle.
Right.
But
Just so you know,
Mhm.
The information that you are now privy to has been dispersed to as well. It's getting out.
He will say, now, you still don't know who did it, and I could poke around in there, but who do you think did it?
I think it was the company. I think it was Axiom. I think it was a big cover-up. Either that or one of their clients. Whoever was, receiving this extra enhancement, or, behind the order. They're up. Maybe they move things off-site. I don't know. But that's my gut on it.
Yeah, he says, policing 101, you always follow the money. Now that tracks, that makes sense. Axiom has a lot to lose if they blow up their own station, and
granted, it almost makes one wonder if they might have more than it appears, so that a lot to lose is perhaps far less to lose. I mean, they may have hidden assets. All of this is on the above the line, above the surface. I don't know. All I know is that things felt pretty deadly in there. I did what I could to keep my cool and maintain my cover with my friends, but I got to say, it was a bit terrifying in there.
He will lean a little closer to you, and he'll tap like his little radio thing on his collar and say into it that there's some evidence that it's not domestic terrorism, and we need to investigate some allegations that will be levied against Axiom Corps, follow up some things. He says he'll have like a full report when he returns back to HQ, and he'll tap off the radio, and he says, "Thank you, Lou. Now that you're here, I suppose I can't try and persuade you to join up with the Seventh Sanctum."
I don't know, I mean, sort of getting out of the official thing. I don't like to be bound up, I mean, here's the thing. I know you do what's right most of the time, and I'm down for that. Anything else, I can be what I am now. I can be a resource in the field. But any official, unless you got something sketch you can hand me that I can flash in a pinch to get me out of a bad situation. Any official stuff should be strictly on the down low, I think.
Yeah, he will nod and say, "Totally understand," and he'll pull out like a little, similar to the card that you received from the man in black earlier, but it's got his contact information on it, his rank in office, and he'll hand it to you and say, "Contact info, and if you ever need to flash that somewhere, you know what it'll do."
I do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Matt, my time quiet. How long will you be in the area?
He says, well, with some new information from an anonymous source, kind of wink at you, he says, if the miners are no longer under suspicion, I'll have these men moved shortly. We need to go investigate what's left of the space station anyway. See if any of the precogs or telepaths can get an imprint off anything.
Very good, very good. All right, so look, as I said, I am like to be in this area for at least a day. So if you need to get in touch with me, I think you know how to ping me. I'm not sure where I'm going yet. From here, safety protocol, you understand. But you can find my brain when you need it.
Will do. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I do appreciate it. And I sort of put on my jaunty "Who gives a fuck" again and turn off in the direction where the cab went.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll just sort of walk for a while. I mean, I haven't been talking with him for too long, have I?
Not terribly long. Maybe 10, 15 minutes.
Okay. All right. And I have no idea where they were going. So I'm going to walk for a bit. And I'm just going to go walk until I get ready to ping Freya. Just so that I get away from the station and away.
Okay.
Lose anyone who might be watching.
Okay. So 15 minutes later, the cab pulls up to the Merchants Consortium HQ branch that Freya and Guy work at, and Guy kind of turns to look at all of you like, "Is it cool if I get out of the car?"
Yeah. Hey, do you know, like, all the security who's working right now and everything? Like, who's the front desk guy?
Well,
You know I'm not great with names or faces or people.
He says, "Oh, well, everybody's pulling a double since the Axiom Core thing. No, at the front desk right now, it should be Carlos
Danger.
Carlos.
Okay.
It's a family name, I'm told.
I hope so. All right. Well, let's get inside, away from windows.
Okay.
Okay. And like up to our office and draw the blinds and everything. Also, have you met my friends, by the way? This is Zephyr.
Hello.
Hi.
And there's my doctor.
Oh. Hi.
Okay, thank you, cab person.
Hey, you got it.
Oh, no, thank you.
See you later, Vinny.
Hey, it's Joey Bag of Joey's.
Hey, give me a good tip. Or else I'll get my red eyes Blake Dragon.
I'm gonna tip him 5 credits.
Hey.
He named his cab.
I'm sorry. For that joke, I gotta give the 5 credits. I'm even marking it on my sheet.
All right, just go. Be on high alert for psychic spikes anywhere between me and the door.
Okay. So you walk in. There is Carlos. Carlos is sitting behind the desk, and he waves at you. He clearly recognizes you. You do not recognize him.
Sorry. Yeah.
You have one of. Waves you through to an elevator, and yeah, there are again more Merchants Consortium guards around, and occasionally you see a couple of those psychops. And when you do ping that they are using psionic powers.
All right. Well, there's only so much I can do about that now. Yeah. Hasten thee to an elevator.
Okay. Jabbing the button.
Activate my ID enough to get us to the penthouse or whatever that takes.
Yeah, so you hit the executive suite floor and head up to the top of the building. So yeah, you are on the executive floor. There are noticeably less guards here because you need certain clearances to get up here, so it's innately more secure.
Yeah.
But there is still a guard, which is weird.
Yeah. Obscure all the windows, like just by saying windows or whatever.
Yeah.
And then finally, with like one last like paranoid glance at this guard or whatever, just be like, "See, safe as houses. I told you guys, it's a literal ivory tower. It's pretty great." And I'll turn on my phone, and all of your phones go off at the same time. It's a pretty old picture of my butt. It's fine, like you've seen it.
Oh no! Wait a second. I'm your doctor. I've seen. Never mind.
Probably. Okay.
I was working on something.
He's like, oh.
Sorry, I forgot. Okay, Guy. Holy shit! Can we trust this guard?
Yeah.
Is he new?
No.
Okay.
He'll wave. The guard will.
Been here for months.
Yeah, he's in my fantasy graph ball league.
Well, good luck. Injuries. They're gonna hurt everybody. Okay, Guy. Yes. So, have you ever heard of a Daria coat? Doria coat?
No.
I will show him the otherwise black on black card.
He'll pick this up and say, "Don't tell me you did business with this person. This is a red flag. I know it's black, but it's a red flag."
You just said it. It's black. Okay. Just give it back. Yes, well, they had a hot inside tip, and I followed it.
Followed it where? Freya. Followed it where?
To the Axiom station. I'd show you on a map, but it's no longer there.
No, I know.
Yeah. So, Zephyr flew me out there. My doctor escorted me, as well as my friend. Well, and we went out there too because I was told that there was some hot goss that if I got on if I hacked all their mainframes, hacker talk, that
You've lost me.
I don't want to go over your head. It's very technical. No, but that there would be a way to break the strike was how I heard it. I don't think that's what they said.
He will point at Zephyr and Drake and say, and who do you know these people? Well, you said Drake, the doctor, was your doctor.
Yeah, it's my doctor.
Who is this? Pointing at Zephyr.
I've been told not to fangirl out, so I'll just let Zephyr introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Zephyr.
Hello.
I'm a pilot. I used to be on the Twitch. Remember that? I just kind of freelance.
Yeah. Okay, what I'm not hearing is a Merchants Consortium qualification. So, let me get this straight. You used an unregistered ship with a freelance crew. Are any of you union?
Well, doctors union.
Okay.
Medicine Sans Frontier.
Okay. It's okay. So what I'm hearing is an unlicensed, ununionized ship attempted to break a strike by invoking a Merchants Consortium administrative status.
Which I have.
Right, which you have.
So,
again,
It's a
doctor.
victimless crime, except all the victims.
Except all the victims!
Look. Okay, it's been a real hard time for me right now, so I don't need all the professional disapproval. What I need right now is for you to know that we're all in danger from Doria Coates, and everyone else has a card, and we were all approached. That's weird, right? Okay. Yeah.
You have been gone for like 5.5 days. And I have been here shitting a brick because the Merchants Consortium, your mom, you've met your mom, she's scary.
Yeah.
They have all been hounding me. Where's Freya? Why isn't this strike broken? Did you hear the Axiom Core space station blow up? As if I wouldn't hear that. Somehow. Being, next door to it and all, with all of the workers on board, with the strike I'm trying to break, because my boss decided to go out on her own!
I didn't decide. Well, okay, I can't make that part better.
By taking the mysterious business card from an obviously creepy, not legitimate person who might as well have just said, hey, do you want to do a crime? Here's a business card.
She was in my executive bathroom, in my defense.
So that's where drug dealers go. Would you you know what?
Not in a while. That's hurtful. But that is historically accurate.
Serenity now, Guy. Serenity now.
Well, listen, everyone was on my bra strap to get this fucking strike broken. And other than the guy with the replace them all with robots, nobody was coming up with a better idea.
But that was an idea. Replace them all with robots.
Yeah, did that report ever come up, by the way?
Yes, it would have been fine.
Yeah.
There's something called a Skynet that we have to worry about, but...
No, that sounds great. Everybody likes the sky.
Wait, robots was an option? You know that gas kills people, right?
Oh, yeah. So, okay, Guy, I need to protect you, dear sweet Guy. But there are some things that you need to know, and this needs to, I believe you, because you're just too guileless and sweet to lie, and you don't like me, and that's very endearing. But I have some, very terrible evidence that I obtained illegally.
So, are you making me complicit in your industrial espionage?
Not yet. I put it in air quotes. So now's your time to kind of bail out. Yeah, they were doing weird sick
I
crimes.
didn't say yes!
Oh.
Well, now I heard it!
Would you like a do-over?
No! First
We're
of all,
really bad at this, guys.
did you turn off any of the recording equipment in this room?
What?
It's company.
You've been recording me?
Yes! It's part of your probation. Do you not read any of the paperwork I give you?
That's what I have you for.
God damn it! Son of a bitch!
Okay, I know this looks bad. I know this is bad. I know this is really, really bad. But we know something really, really worse that is important, that Axiom was doing bad and is probably why they got blowed up.
Okay.
Would you like to hear more? Circle Y or N.
He'll
wanna-
send you
you're
an
gonna wanna
email
hit
that's a Y.
Well, because you said you didn't want to be complicit.
Well, now I already know, sort of, and just tell me.
It's a very good bit by us. Okay, so okay, hey, security man, you do not want to be in the room for this.
You got it, ma'am.
Yeah, he's a yum though. Where did we get him? Okay, it's not important.
You can see
All
him
right.
put in headphones and start.
Yeah, earphones, darling. Okay. I will plug a fire stick into whatever pretends to be a fireplace sometimes or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
and kind of scroll through to not the worst part, but like the bad parts.
Okay.
Like nothing graphic, because Guy, he's got that tender constitution. The
Poor
poor guy.
gentle Guy.
Poor gentle Guy.
So he'll kind of squint at it, and he'll look at Drake and say, "You're a doctor," he said. Don't take this the wrong way. You're like a real doctor, right? Okay, good.
You're not like a Doctor's Dre.
You have an honorary degree in theology or something? No, like a real doctor? Okay.
Look, I did get certified as a naturopath, but I also am a real doctor.
That sounds like a real doctor. Okay. So this is all bad, right?
Hmm?
This
Sorry,
is bad.
you cut out.
I'd like your medical opinion. This is bad, right? Okay.
This is also very illegal. I had to sign when I became a doctor 4 or 5 sheets of paper saying I wouldn't do that particular
Okay. Okay, so you Freya, you decrypted this, right?
Yeah.
Is it re-encrypted, or can someone just grab it off the cloud now?
Oh no, I am all over my shit. There's only one other copy that I know of.
Okay. Okay, good. Okay. Okay.
Well, 2, but okay, yes. And so, no, I am pretty good at this. I sneak out of my mom's house all the time. That's not making it sound very adult and powerful, but I am very good with computers. I made all of your phones go off with my butt. So that's just a small taste.
Sci-fi butt dial.
Yeah. But
Speaking of which, you got a little mole that I think I might want to take a look at.
it's the beauty mark.
Oh, it could be. Anyway. See, he'll be okay.
Yeah, well, he's coming to grips with this. I pour myself a hentai vodka real quick and just,
Can't believe.
What is a hentai vodka? Is it
Oh, that's a callback.
It's a callback.
I keep cutting out and it's really annoying. I'm sorry.
It's a callback. That's it.
Yeah.
Freya appeared in a commercial that never aired.
I was thinking it was oh, you mix vodka with squid or something.
That may be.
Yeah, who knows?
I don't ask a lot of where it comes from. It's the future. They can make vodka out of all kinds of things now.
It's pressed squid. So Guy will rub his face and push his glasses up and say, okay, so let me get this straight. Same level, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So, you participated in industrial espionage.
I don't like that term.
It's okay. To breaking and entering.
Closer.
Illegal seizure of data.
That's probably it.
Okay, because this is also medical records, so this is against I don't know, doctor-patient confidentiality, but future.
Technically not. I have a loophole for that, but that's...
Yeah, I
Don't
have
ask.
it. It's mine now. Would you like to see the pictures of what they did to that guy?
No.
Or what's left of him?
No.
Just for the record, technically I got all this from one of my patients, so I didn't do anything illegal.
Okay.
Yeah. None of us did.
I hope that'll stand up in space court.
Probably not.
So you did.
Damn it! I'm a lawyer. I'm a doctor, not a lawyer.
So you did a B&E to
First
illegally
one!
seize data. The data is in itself bad. I'm not saying that this is okay. I'm not saying that this is okay. But then the space station you were on blew up mysteriously after you left and possibly led these black-clad individuals to it.
Yes, they're very self-serious black-clad young men and ladies. And they have a giant, ominous spaceship. We didn't mention that.
Who doesn't?
We still have, not you anymore, I gave it to the doc person. Right? Zephyr, we have like communication logs where they're just like, come on board, please don't text anyone that you're going to a second location.
Please don't text anyone your last known location.
Yeah.
Or a recent photograph of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I still have that. You're definitely giving off a stranger danger vibe.
Okay.
I'm actually using a VPN. I'm set to broadcast from halfway across the star system. They think I'm in, like, Mars right now.
That's smart.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I would have been in contact with you earlier except I was too busy scrubbing our trail to not be caught up with by black suits who then maybe blew up a space station.
But you're back here.
Yeah, I figured the safest place was in a literal ivory
Wait,
tower.
in my house?
It's mine too.
Okay. A little worried about me right now. No offense.
Oh, sweet Gui. Yeah.
For the record, I didn't want to come here.
Thank you for not putting my life in danger. Or trying. I know. Kind of gesture at Freya and look at you. I know.
Okay.
How are you still here?
Yeah.
Usually,
in desperate need
usually storm off by this point.
and some help.
Okay. Well, so what am I supposed to do now that I'm an accomplice? God, I can't go to jail.
Well,
even white collar prison's too much for me. My delicate constitution. My IBS.
Oh no!
They make you go outside for 30 minutes a day. Outside!
I'm an indoor person! An indoor person! I live in space!
I can write you a prescription for that, by the way.
I really appreciate it.
Well, I need to know what we, as the Merchant Consortium, can do about it. I have the right to inspect the facility. Everyone said so when I got there.
You definitely do, but you have to file paperwork for it and go through certain channels.
No, I talked to an old friend.
There's no such thing as a surprise inspection. They just tell you there is to scare you.
I've seen movies.
Oh, and if you ask a cop if they're a cop, they have to tell you, right?
That's legit.
No, it's not.
No, that's legit.
I think doctors have to do that.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, those two cops who arrested me that time, they should be in a lot more trouble than I feel like they are.
Guy will just... You know what? Sure.
See? Thank you. Finally. This is what I need from you.
At this point, Freya, you've received a message from Lucifer. Or from Wally.
Hello, love. Ready to catch up?
Oh, yeah, front lobby, Merchant Consortium, Carlos.
Right. And I asked what? Send where? Then what?
He'll be ready. Hey, Guy, I need you to tell Carlos that it's cool if my friend comes up. Wally, he's as innocent as you in all this.
Oh, the caped stranger?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
He shouldn't draw any attention to himself.
No. Really blends in.
No one will give him a second
Covered
look.
with like sparkly, like it's like silver sparkles.
The silver, the opening
walking
to Sailor Moon
the
plays
walking
as
stick.
he walks, like...
Clicking.
Right. I'm not trained in sneak, clearly.
No. No, you are a walking
yeah,
distraction.
Walk in the lobby, see a friendly god. Hello, you must be Carlos. Am I right?
He will nod and say, "You must be the Caped Stranger."
How astute of you. This way?
Yeah, he will buzz up to the top floor, and you all on the top floor can hear Carlos buzz in for verbal confirmation that your friend is here, and I am supposed to let him upstairs.
Yeah, I tell our security guy up here to take his earphones out and yeah, say yes.
Oh, yeah. So they go through the necessary procedure, and Carlos walks you to an elevator. Lucifer, he inputs a code and gestures you to take the lift to the top floor.
Right. Okay. Go up. Freeze in. And friends. Is the guard still in the room?
There is still a guard in the room, yeah.
But he's like doing this or something?
Yeah, earmuffs.
He's put headphones in. He's probably had to ignore executive meetings before.
Of course. Corporate guard. Make them deaf. Alright. Look, I talked with the fella I approached, and I think it's going to work out. They were under the impression that it was maybe the miners, like sort of domestic sabotage, worker sabotage, but I clued him in to what was really going on.
What's really going on?
Yeah. Not with you. Only with me. And yeah, he was one of my professors when I was coming up. When I mean, you know how saved us from poison and all that. My abilities. He was one of my. He was in charge of the school, kind of. Anyway, I know I can trust him. And,
okay, well, because apparently I'm guilty of some kind of espionage.
What? Who's that?
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently, once you intentionally turn off an encryption, you've knowingly committed a crime.
Felony.
Not you didn't know it.
Oh, that's not so bad.
No, it would be a criminal to turn off the encryption. More of a challenge, right?
Thank you, Wally. This is why he's here.
You met that challenge admirably. You're the reason we're alive.
I am, aren't I?
You are.
Gui.
Right, but you know what?
Okay, what about the experimental spike fuel? Can we get them on that?
Oh, all of
There
this
was less
is,
encryption.
all of this is. I broke less of laws.
Yeah.
Look, I mean...
See, you sound sarcastic when you say.
The point is, nobody is coming out of here illegal.
Look, I spent most of my life being illegal. It's all right, okay? And so have most of these executives, for your information. Most of these businesses have also been doing so.
Oh, 100%. But
Right?
Oh, they're all on space cocaine. Like, that's just the lowest level thing they do, is they're all on space cocaine.
So you've got to do what's right, not what's legal. And we did was right. Come on, doctor.
Yeah, this is like...
Someone who's bleeding out in front of you, and you don't have a signed consent form. You're going to let them die if they can't sign it? No, you're going to save their life, right? Hippocratic oath, right?
That does sound hypocritical.
Yeah, hypocritical.
Yeah.
Sure. All right. Yeah. Let's go with that.
So, like, I mean, what about what they were doing? I mean, how does illegal work when you're breaking a law to illuminate a law being broken or abuse being enacted? All that experimentation is vile. Forget, like, commerce laws and encryption laws and what laws in the book. There's a fundamental basic law that's being defied and defiled by this country. People are in the right to do it.
So So, even though I do technically agree with you, the other problem is it's now... there can be no investigation if all of the servers blew up.
Not necessarily. I mean,
I
there
have a
there
copy.
Which you could have fabricated.
No.
I wouldn't have done that.
I know
Yeah.
that. Zephyr knows that. Your doctor knows that. Becaped Stranger knows that.
I may have a way to verify the veracity of this research.
Okay.
I may have a few contacts with a certain broad organization of scientists known as the Lensed Star.
Okay.
Right.
They're really slow, though.
Yeah, so in the meantime, someone who's better at being really hasty, wanna give me an idea what we should do next?
That might be me.
We could call Dory a coat.
Excuse me?
Now that we're safe,
Not really a bad idea, actually.
we can be like,
Cards on the table, right?
yo, bitch, come get your friends.
Exactly.
Who's Daria Coat?
They're the
Sorry.
ones who gave us those cards.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah,
Mystery woman.
it's been a long time.
I didn't write down all of your contacts, but there were others.
Yeah.
I didn't.
So, I don't know. I mean, it's not a bad idea, really.
Well, right? We can kind of be like, now you can come to us instead of your scary anonymous spaceship. That's one thing. Find out what they're up to. They feel dangerous, though.
Well, I think everybody feels a bit dangerous, right? To me.
Yeah, right now I'm terrified to be back here, and I'm actually starting to wonder whether or not Zephyr wasn't right to not want to come back here, but I feel like this is the right thing to do, Zephyr.
Let me ask you, do you feel trapped in this ivory tower?
No, more on the street. I just couldn't look at anyone without thinking they were about to like shank me or something.
That might be some classism talking, but I think we should be. We have time to collect ourselves, if nothing else. I think we should be relatively all right up here while we formulate another course of action.
Well, I've been thinking about it a lot since the diner, and either Axiom blew up their own station to cover their tracks, which would cost them a load of dough, or this black-clad, self-serious society blew them up. But then why did they need me?
Well, now you got a copy of everything, don't you?
Yeah, the only copy left.
Were you supposed to take a copy?
I don't think so. That wasn't part of the deal, I don't think. It was just go there and you'll find like some serious information. I was really hungover, Guy.
Okay, could you all be patsies?
What?
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, I see what you mean. I thought you were asking.
No, my name's Freya.
No. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry. He's not accusing you of being patsies.
No.
He's suggesting.
Yeah. No, that's. I mean, yeah, we could be. Freya.
Can't believe they do that to a doctor.
I can believe they might do it to a public persona who has had very visible incidents, color, perception, and you could be being set up to take the.
You think Zephyr's been set up?
More like you, sweetie.
Yeah.
Ow.
Or any of us. I mean, we were all approached. I myself a bit on the fringe element, and I mean, it's possible.
Question, Andy.
Mhm.
That gas that was unleashed on the station when we went to get the data, does that have a tendency to explode on its own?
No.
Okay, so just for the record, I want to. So it's we didn't do it. Essentially, is what I want to clarify.
It, based on what you all know about the gas, it is incredibly, like 99% certain it did not simply blow up on its own, and it's not volatile in that way. Like when they're because they're testing it in like engines and stuff like that, and it doesn't make the engine explode either. It's poisonous and it's used as a blaster additive, but it doesn't explode.
Okay.
It reacts with like light and wavelengths and stuff like that.
Because I'm not gonna lie, up until now I didn't quite understand that, so I thought we were totally guilty, like in game, of blowing up the spaceship.
No, but in your opinion, no. Whether or not someone will try and pin you that on you, that's unclear.
One could argue one thing led to another, but intent, etc. So I told that gent about this, and they were conducting the investigation, and they are now going to revisit the Axiom site, conduct psychometry basically on the area, and see if they can receive any residual psychic impression amidst whatever detritus is floating at its former location.
Do I know anything about the Seventh Sanctum?
Give me a no check.
Okay, you could have just said no.
Well, no.
In intelligence or what?
Yeah.
All right, it's an 8 on the dice, so it's a 7.
Right. Okay. Yeah, you. So your mother was kind of, I believe, for playing it, that she was a little cagey about the fact that you have psychic powers.
Yeah.
But they have a strong presence on the planet of Kyra, which Darkmoon orbits. So you know that they are like, psychic cops and troubleshooters. Your mom probably hired them a couple times to investigate things for the Merchants Consortium.
Yeah, but they're not pulling underage girls out of backyard parties. Do I know them largely to be like a neutral?
Yeah, no, they are like a...
Or reassure me that Wally has talked to
an objective entity?
Yeah.
It depends, because I feel like Freya probably does not have a great relationship with cops.
No, they're cops.
So, they're cops.
Yeah, okay. All right, then I don't know how I feel about that. But still, what if we drop this in their inbox on an anonymous tip? And then it stops being our problem, and we go back to business as usual. And technically, I think the strike is broken, so...
You say that like it's a good thing?
Well, yeah, that was my job. I was supposed to get it sorted out.
Sometimes I wonder if I picked the wrong line of work.
What?
I think you're an okay doctor.
Maybe just the wrong clients. Keep getting into these insane situations.
Well,
But I didn't drag you into that. These black carded people did. Right?
You're
You all got a
absolutely
card,
right.
right? That was...
I did. I got
Yeah.
Is the pilot episode canon?
Yes.
Okay.
There's been some people recast since then, but it is canceled.
Yeah, you're pretty sure that Drake is like a little bit taller than he was before. He's got a little bit of an accent.
they
You're not
changed-
sure where it came
They
from.
changed his arm prosthetics between episode 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Got a lot of feedback. It didn't look good.
It looked rubbery before. Now it's a lot.
They put some moss on there to make it more authentic.
The costume budget went up.
Mm-hmm.
Way better clothes.
Yeah. It's 80s movie Swamp Thing versus DC streaming service Swamp Thing. It's a vast improvement.
Thanks.
But okay, I guess we've all vocalized why they would target me. I have at least I could make some case for why they'd target Zephyr. I don't know why they go after my plant doctor and a guy I met at a party once.
I think we might have just happened to have been in the wrong place at the wrong time. Also, they could have just went after me because I'm related to you in that way.
Well, what was the wrong place? You were in your clinic. Zephyr, you were at your ship. Like, they didn't just grab a pilot and a doctor.
No, they grabbed your doctor.
Well, okay. But other than the fact that, like, I met Zephyr the night before, there's no connection there. Wish there was. Don't worry about it. That's fine. Just had a few things for you to sign. It wasn't a lot.
I mean, besides meeting at a party, like, I am technically a name, so having a very good pilot on your side does separate me from being one of a schmuck.
Yeah, well, like, who profits? Oh my god, I came up with that just now.
Well,
Go ahead.
yes, Guy? Yes, Guy? Go ahead.
As you guys are talking, the intercom crackles to life, and Carlos's voice comes out and says, "There's not a Mercy Hill up there, is there?" And Gui Fridae goes to answer and say no, because as far as he knows, there is not a Mercy Hill up here.
I shoot a look at Mercy Hill.
So he'll say,
I'll take it.
"Oh, okay." He'll say, "Yeah, Carlos, what's up?" And Carlos will say, "Sorry to bother you, ma'am. We just got a message from the docks saying your ship has been impounded."
What?
Something about a lock from the Bounty Hunters Guild. Is there a bounty on your head, ma'am?
No. No.
Okay, I'll try and tell them it's a mistake, but you might want to go figure that out.
And Zephyr just, like, runs out and just, like, starts trying to furiously contact her boys.
Okay.
You need a second step authorization to use the elevator.
Desmond.
Like her in the elevator. Why doesn't it go to L? I'm pushing L.
Should I go with her in case something nasty happens? Bounty hunters and whatnot.
Hang on. This might be a way to lure us out into the open.
Yeah,
If your ship is being impacted, look, can you get in contact with your boys remotely?
That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. So, spamming the
boy button.
boys button. And eventually they all start kind of chattering at once at you, so it's just a stream of emojis, but it's like exclamation point, skull and crossbones, robot, and then the screamy emoji.
Uh-oh.
I'm still pressing the button. I don't care. Get my boys.
All right. I do feel responsible. All right. I need. Oh shoot! Well, they
Do
got
we
in
know what
2 weeks ago.
authority?
What authority? So the let's see. Hold on a second. So the Carlos said something about the Bounty Hunters Guild, which is another name for the Vivictus. Is typically the organization that deals with bounties. They're mercenaries.
Careful, guys! They got a Latin name.
their
They're
name-
real impressive.
roughly means woe to the vanquished, because the Romans were a bunch of assholes.
Yeah.
Yes, they were. All right. Well, look. Zephyr, you want to go back?
Yes. Now back. Pressing button.
I'll go with you.
I'll come too.
All right. So let's go to the unit. Do we want to bring Gui?
Yeah.
Gui stay here.
No, Guy, you stay here and safe. Also, take care of this. Throw whatever weight we have to behind it. Also, I need 2 security guards that you personally hired or something. Like nobody who would have let mysterious women into an executive bathroom.
Yeah, we're
So
gonna
no
have
one
to have
working
an investigation
that
about
morning.
that.
Yeah, like people you'd put on an investigation about that.
Okay, he'll kind of
Yeah,
squint.
they're coming with.
Oh, you want them with you or here?
Yeah, with.
Okay.
Because we're going back to these docks where there might be bounty hunters.
Yeah.
Also, hey, Guy, there's no good time to bring this up. I need you to funnel some money into casino chips and then have them transported down to Mott XX, delivered to, like, it's going to look like a pretty grungy station, but, like, the Donnellys. D-O-N, you're not writing this down. D-O-N-N.
Every planet has a Donnelly boy.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go.
Donnelly's.
Yeah.
He just
You can
starts.
see there was no time to bring that up. Good.
He just starts openly weeping. My job,
sweet.
my life. Oh God.
Okay,
No,
so
Oh, Gui, get it together. Get it together.
Yeah, we've got to go. Come on, we don't have time for that.
This is you are made of sterner stuff than this. This is something that's going to, like, forge you into a more vital being than you've ever been.
He's not.
Right? You're in the crucible, man. It's hot. You got to take the heat.
and if that doesn't cheer him up, I'll write him a prescription for some IBS medication.
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably the one, two he needs. Yeah.
Yeah, my last doctor just told me to eat yogurt. That's not helpful.
No.
Thank you.
One of the things on that list is yogurt, but you can ignore that if it didn't work for you the first.
That's fine. Okay. He will kind of wipe his eyes and say, "In for a penny, in for a pound."
That's
Yeah.
the attitude.
Get it? Yeah, get it done. Absolutely.
Guess I'm just a space criminal now.
No.
No, you're a space accomplice. The elevator.
Just kind of looks up sadly as the doors close on him.
It's hard to watch.
Kind of like looking into like a mirror of me, but like 10 years down the line.
So the elevator is rushing down, and even though it's the future, everyone's cell phone still goes off in an elevator. But as soon as you step back out, Zephyr, you have like 15 unread messages from the boys, which is like question marks, which usually mean "what do we do?" and then the little screamy emoji a bunch, and then an explosion.
Zephyr just writes back, well, she'll like write back the code for the lockdown procedures. Basically shut down her ship.
Mm-hmm. And you'll get a thumbs up, and then you can see that the ship and the boys slowly go offline. Their status is from green to red.
Is it where it was? Do we know that?
Carlos says that, yeah, it's still at Docking Bay 94.
All right.
Okay, I need 2 security guards and a company car. I gave away the last one.
The company cars just
You're
growing
so
trees.
mean to your assistant.
Yeah, so the guard from upstairs comes downstairs at Guy's insistence, and he is joined by a very serious-looking older woman who they go fetch you a car and bring it around, and they are both in the passenger or the front and passenger seat, and it's some giant black SUV town car kind of thing, and you can all pile in comfortably.
And every game master's favorite question: what are their names?
Their names are the fantasy Gravball player is Dalton Solari.
Okay.
And the serious woman is Leisha Voigt.
Okay, and Solari, famous contemporary of Mozart. Got it. Okay. Tell them to just gun it to Dock 94.
They'll put a little siren on top of their...
Merging consortium business, get out of the way!
That's an interesting thought. So we're going to go under that sort of platform?
Yeah, I really wanted to take a shower and put on some more makeup so I could look more imperious about things, but yes.
Darling, you look amazing. And if you've got that little bit of eyeliner, you just want to touch yourself up a bit.
Well,
You look a little more severe, and they might take you more seriously.
Okay.
I mean, are we going to go in there like, this is official merchant consortium business, how dare you, this is a subcontracted ship, da-da-da. I mean, is that your one?
Well, something kind of doesn't track, though. Like, they wouldn't hire bounty hunters if they're already, like, shadow organization. Kind of look at Zephyr, who's gotten off with some amount of moral high ground so far. Anything to share with the car, Zephyr?
Zephyr just was like locked onto her compad, and she's not looking up. She's just scrolling through messages and trying to do something.
Okay.
She's in distress. Her boys are not okay.
I turned my compad into a compact and just started.
It's just the camera function.
Yeah, I'm going to put it in a severe, like, ponytail right now.
Okay.
As good as this gets.
Yeah, your business pony going.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, making fantastic time, 8 minutes later, you all slide in to a parking space that a bunch of people quickly vacate. Oh, come on. And you can all pile out at Docking Bay 94. And there are some merchant consortium guards kind of discussing something with men and women in red and black armor that looks a lot more menacing than merchant consortium armor, which is just kind of generic SWAT armor.
Yeah.
These look like not quite Warhammer 40k or anything like that, but more, if it's a spectrum, more towards that end.
Sure.
I'm tactically half Xenos.
Is anyone... And so are they arguing with Dockmasters? Is there anyone kind of representing, like, hey, you can't do that here?
There are several people who are like, no, you hold on. You can't do that here. No, you hold on. You can't do that here. And
okay, it's a whole...
Variously, there's seemingly 5 sides to this argument. A Seven Sanctum member walks up and he's just like, what? And then leaves at some point because he can't figure it out. He has psychic powers, and he can't figure it out.
None of you can be here.
Move it along. Nothing to see.
And I have some questions about how you got a luxury sedan, lady. Other than the Seventh Sanctum member, is anybody obviously using psychic powers?
No.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, no one other than the people you were used to using psychic powers. Although, I don't think you've witnessed the Zephyr use them yet.
No.
Zephyr doesn't know she has them.
She does not.
It's a good theme.
So
Space girls.
As you do, you can see the bay to your ship beyond all these people. They are somewhat impeding your process through the doors, but what would you all like to do once you get out and see the situation of various armored guards pointing and yelling at each other, and a dockmaster kind of like holding up like a compad of paperwork, like, I have paperwork! I trump all of you!
Zephyr just gonna try to squeeze her way between all the guards and get to her ship.
Okay, Zephyr is kind of slight and unobtrusive enough that they almost don't even notice you, of just like, okay, yeah, go. And they keep kind of, jabbing their fingers in their chest. Your Merchant Consortium guards, they are bigger and armored, and they can't squeeze through. Would anyone like to try and squeeze through with Zephyr?
I'm gonna teleport.
Okay. Can you bring anyone with you?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'd love to. I mean, I can teleport.
Mhm.
I don't want to ditch anybody, but I could go out. I mean, if we need someone to vamp ahead, I can do that. Like, to maybe, is there a boot on the thing?
So you can't quite. You can only see like the front of the ship through the doors. Once you get in, if you do teleport, you'll be able to assess the situation. As Zephyr also pushes through, you both be able to see what's going on.
All right, I'm gonna vamp forward to
Okay.
like a shadow if I can.
Okay.
Hopefully, not be noticed doing such.
Mhm.
Does Zephyr like push through right as I materialize? Or?
Yeah. So Zephyr pushes open the door, or the doors slide open right as you bamf and appear kind of in like a little kind of nook of a bunch of cargo crates that provide you good cover and a good view of the ship. You don't think anyone from the door can see you, and you're kind of concealed in shadows. So that's those two. Drake is big because he's strong, and he's got a
Giant
plant arm.
freakish arm.
In
addition to already being a pretty big guy.
And he's also got a visible gun, which might stop enough of the
Oh
guards.
no, it's concealed, but
It's
he has a
concealed?
permit for
Okay.
it. Don't worry.
Well, no. If you had like a holster, they'd be like, "Well, hold on." But if it's concealed, you're just physically imposing, so they may still stop you. But
I mean, if they frisked me, they'd find it.
Right.
But like,
Freya, what about you?
Yeah, I kind of try and track enough that I can throw to Lacia's compad that Guy has requested that this ship be allowed to land. And I would like to instruct her and Dalton to go act like we have some claim on this ship. Like, just be a sixth person in the peas and carrots angry mob over there.
She'll get the message, nod to Dalton, and in her scariest librarian voice, she will say, "I also have a reason to be here."
Can I use my connection or know skill to also maybe contribute to this, or figure out at least figure out what the hell is going on?
Okay, would you like to contribute to the chaos or figure out what's going on?
Figure out what's going on.
Okay.
I have no one connect.
After sending my assigns, I would like to try and sneak after Zephyr, by the way. Just to complete mine.
You are more noticeable as a person who does not belong on a docks. So I'm going to need a sneak check from Freya and a connect check from Manson.
Manson is
yeah,
accurate.
Manson, right.
Okay. What's my
That
secondary attribute
is-
here?
And that's wisdom.
Connect is charisma and sneak is dex.
Connect would be 8.
Say that again, Daniel.
8.
8. Okay. And Freya?
Elf. 11.
Okay, cool. So Freya expertly weaves her way through.
This is my first time sneaking into a club by pretending I know somebody inside.
And Dr. Drake, you are kind of sussing out the situation. You get close enough to the dockmaster to be like, come on, level with me. I'm, a passenger on this ship. I want to know if my ride's not coming back. And yeah, you say, he tells you that the ship is currently being held for investigation by Victus. They don't necessarily have authority on this station. It's a paperwork nightmare. What they're trying to do, it's illegal. The Merchants Consortium and various other organizations are trying to prevent them from doing this. They've been kind of doing it in various outer rim sectors where they can just show up with a gunship and be like, this is our legal authority. And gunship. So that seems to be this situation.
Is there any way I could talk to them or try
That's
to
a
call them
compelling
down?
He'll say, feel free, and he'll gesture to one of the red and black armored individuals.
I'm going to sort of tap him on the shoulder and be like, hey, buddy, I got to, get off world at some point. This is, I don't know what's going on here, but it seems like you guys have maybe got the wrong ship or...
So she'll turn to you and she'll start talking to you, and we'll get back to that in 1 second. Cut to inside. Zephyr, can I get a... What's better, your wisdom or intelligence?
This is better.
Say that again, sorry.
Intelligence is better.
Okay. Can I get a no check from you, please?
Uh-oh. So I have to do the no skill plus my intelligence?
Yes.
So I have a -1 in no,
Okay.
and a +1 in intelligence. So that's just a 0?
Yeah, so yeah, just a straight roll then.
Okay, then it's a 4.
Okay. As an expert, I think you can re-roll things.
Oh, okay.
If you want to.
I think I will.
I think you do.
It's a little better. That's a 7.
7? Okay. 7 is what you need. So you walk in, and the first thing you see is your ship doesn't have a boot on it. However, a mecha is holding it in place. And Lucifer, you see the mecha. It's real big. Holding it in place. There seem to be a couple other people in here arguing about it some more. The argument is spilled over into here. You can hear one of the dock workers saying, the only crew are robots. You can't legally detain robots. They're not property. Like, there are laws about this. They are exempt from certain, like, property seizure laws. You can't do that. Even though they're not sentient, they have, like, robotic laws and stuff like that. So there's an argument about the roboys in here, which Zephyr, you also catch the tail end of like, my boys. But looking at the mech, it's huge. It's massive and bulking. And it's been like crazy modified, and it takes you a second before you recognize the only part of it that is recognizable to you, which is the head. The head is the same mech head that Luffy Behaven 420 used, but she has modded the hell out of the rest of her ship, so it's just this giant armored monstrosity. But the head is still like neon blue and bubblegum pink.
Whoa. Uh-oh.
Who was it?
Luffy Behaven 420.
Okay.
Or Luffy.
Luffy from One Piece. That's what I was thinking.
I thought it was Luffy. Oh, okay.
No,
So,
I have a much more dated reference. Everyone's a big fan of Golf Force, right? From like 1980. Listen, don't worry
so
about
is
it.
someone's in the ship, the mech?
Someone looks like they're in the ship because the head keeps kind of swiveling back and forth, and you can see the fingers occasionally flexing, and maybe like it's squeezing a little too tight every once in a while, like they're enjoying holding the ship.
Oh no.
So, Zeph, as an expert pilot, do you have any idea what that thing's weakness is?
Do I know that, Andy?
You knew the weakness of the old one, but this one is just full armor. Like, the weak point is probably the head, because it's so tiny and unarmored. Compared to the rest of it.
Is there anything that weighs about 400 pounds around here?
Some of the cargo crates probably do.
Anything made of metal?
The crates are made of metal, yeah.
Okay.
They probably need to magnetize in cases of...
How many people are in the space where we are immediately?
Zephyr has walked in a couple minutes, or seconds later even. Freya has come behind her. And so there's those two. And then, in addition, there are 3 dock workers and 2 guards.
Okay, so it's a little public.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, plus you, of course, obviously.
Right.
So that's what? 3, 6, 8 people total, including you.
Plus whoever's in the can up top.
Right.
Which is Luffy 420. Is there like clouds of smoke coming out of the port up top?
Wake and bake, #blaze it.
Right, exactly.
Oh my. Is she hotboxing herself in there? Can't do that when you're driving.
You don't know how, but the mecha is just covered in like Cheetos dust.
Yeah, just a 5-leaf.
It's like handprints going all the way up.
Yeah.
Is her clan symbol now?
I'd love to be able to disable that thing, but it's hard to do it subtly.
Also, all the smoke is in the way.
Yeah, might be a benefit for me. And how high is it standing?
That's pretty high. I think we've established.
This thing is like 20 meters tall.
Okay.
So it's probably smaller than Zephyr's ship, but it's still pretty big.
This big robot.
Yeah.
Right. How much does it weigh? Tons, right?
Tons,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. My TK works on robots. I can throw them around with my brain, but not if it's too heavy.
Not if it's too heavy.
I'm wondering if I can try and exert some force on its hand, whatever it's using to shit. But I'm wondering if...
Maybe we can make one of the joints lock up or something?
Maybe. My first thought was to throw something at the head, but then I'm like, people would notice.
People would notice. And this thing does have visible weapons on it.
Right, yeah.
Melt you with head machine guns.
I could get up there in 2 points. Whatever, 20 meters. and get in the cockpit, maybe.
That's assuming the cockpit's in the head. I would think it would be in the more armored bits.
Yeah, it's
Maybe.
center mass.
Yeah.
So the head's just ornamental?
The head
Kinda.
is so for mechs the head is usually where the sensor array is, but the cockpit is usually in the chest.
All right, yeah, so you convinced me. What I'd love to do is go up. Is there a 30-foot, is there a 10-meter, 30-foot point? Okay, so I'm going to go 1, 2, and try and get into the head. Is it like a room, or is it on top?
It would be onto the head, probably.
So you can...
Well, and
Like, if it's windows in a little room, I could go inside if I can see inside, right?
well, let's press pause real quick. Zephyr, what is your reaction to Lucy behaving funny? Because that might dictate all of our next action anyway.
That's true. Is she your bud or is
Her-
she your rival?
Her immediate reaction would be to pick up the nearest heavy thing and start running at the robot.
Okay.
Okay, so I can handle that for you if you want, on maybe a bigger scale.
So
I mean, she would be gone by the time you were trying to formulate a plan.
Oh boy.
okay. So I will say
you're running. You're running towards.
yeah, running towards
Yeah.
it. And Lucifer, you know that there wouldn't necessarily be a visual way you couldn't see into the head to teleport into it. I think it's a later level ability where you can teleport into a place where you haven't seen. Okay.
Yeah.
So if somebody blows a hole in this thing. But okay. Also, it is 9:30. So
Yeah. So as she's running,
yeah, it's to be continued flashes across the screen.
cool.
I would like to say, before the title card at the end, oh my god, Luffy behaving 420?
All my heroes!
ZOMG!
Right.
Okay. So next time we will pick up with Drake outside talking, trying to convince the Vivictus out there to come on. Zephyr
Come on, guys.
charging. Zephyr charging a mecha that is 20 times her size. Freya fangirling and Lucifer trying to figure out how can I destroy a mecha with my mind.
Yes.
Okay, so outros and plugs. Daniel.
Hi, my name is Daniel. I'm not a real doctor.
Represented.
Maybe a lawyer in a couple of years. We'll see. You can catch me every other Wednesday here on Task Force Unlikely, and every Monday of the month here on Phantom Horizons, and also every other Sunday, Horrible Barovia Time. That's another podcast I'm on. That's not part of the Laughing Dragon Inn, but it's good.
Awesome. Liz.
Hi, I'm Liz. I'm just around here. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram now if you like.
Cats.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes a dog.
Timothy.
Hi, I'm Timothy. On Twitch, I'm at Magic. The Twitch. On Instagram, Timothy McCown. I'm an actor. I stream with these chaps and chapettes and chapians. I don't know. Gender neutral term for chap is. Maybe it's inherently gender neutral.
Chappies.
You know, I've gotten chapped. I know other people have gotten chapped. It's not been influenced by gender. So whatever. I'd like to plug a hero for our time, Greta Thunberg, who's leading a climate strike. You may have heard the 57th week now. She's going to be in New York City on Friday. I intend to hang out with her. So if anybody is in the area and thinks that the world is worth saving, please join Greta and myself and tons of others. I'm sure.
Awesome. Marty.
Yes. Well, much like Daniel's confession, I am actually not a celebrity floozy. But I have been drinking hard seltzer and vaping this whole episode, so I'm pretty method. So I'd like to plug the method. Yeah. We're the real heroes.
Or is that like a meme? I wasn't sure. I can't tell anymore. And I'm a political science major.
Yeah.
I'm Andy Hatton, at Andy Hatton on Twitter, at God of Roads on Instagram. I've been posting stuff related to this stream on Instagram lately, so you should go follow me. Wednesday is Star Chasers, episode 11, The Gilded Token. And it's Timothy, Marty, Cece, and our good friend and guest, it's Ramrod Dude. Garrett will be back as Ariel, so he can totally goth it up as her. And next week will be lots of great content. Come here for all of your TTRPG content needs. We have lots of it, and you should watch it because it's all good, in my opinion. IMHO. Pew 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 pew. Bye.
Pew, 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 pew.
Pew 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 pew.
That's the sci-fi noise.
It's the universally understood sci-fi noise.
To all the pews.
Yep, Eva says it on this pen.
There we go.
Oh,
Look at that. Oh,
that's a good pen.
there's a Roboy pen.
Fisher.
That's
Look at
nice.
that, Roboy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Have a good night, everybody.